Hi everybody, this is the new Samsung Galaxy S3. This is the Sprint version, and it is the marble white edition. Hardware wise, very thin. As you can see, I don't have anything to compare it to, but I am filming this on a Transformer Prime and it is similarly thin, so you can keep that in mind. Screen, it's a 4.8 inch 720p display. The camera doesn't really show how gorgeous it is. It really is an amazing display. A lot of reviews say that it feels sort of flimsy because it is made of, it's a plastic back. I can see where that comes from, but the removable cover is a lot sturdier than you would expect. It's also harder to remove than most phones, including my old phone, the HTC Evo 4G. That also means it's harder to remove the battery, but I mean, that's not as big of an issue. As far as how it feels, it's extremely light. Once again, take that with a grain of salt, as I came from the HTC Evo 4G. So a lot of the stuff on this phone is great for me. But if you came from a newer phone, I'd still say this is an extremely light phone. The sort of metallic looking side, a lot of people think it's corny. I rather like it. If you get a case, you're really not going to see it as much anyway. As you can see on the back, this is the camera, obviously, the flash, and then the speaker. And then this is your headphone jack on the top. On the right side, you'll see the power button. On the left, you've got the volume rocker, and on the bottom, you've got the, I believe it's the MHL port. Alright, well now let's look at the software. This is the lock screen. It's got the S voice on here. At least that's how I have it set up. You can see at the bottom it's got the apps that you can directly launch from there. And you can always change how you unlock it. There are a lot of different options. For me, I rather like this because it's got the ripple effect, which I find pretty cool. Alright, so now we look at this. This is a basic home screen. That's how I have mine set up. Just look through. Notice how fast and smooth it is. It really does feel buttery smooth. Definitely coming from the Evo 4G. Coming from a newer phone like a Galaxy S2 or an HTC One X, I don't know how much it would be, how much different it would be, but it does feel rather smooth to me. To access the multitasking, you just hold the power button. That's going to show you what apps you have open. So let's just say, let's open IMDb here. Okay. You can go straight into here, swipe it to remove it, you can click it to open it again. Also, you have the task manager. You can go here, see how many tasks you have open. Notice the amount of RAM you have. You really can't see it on that camera. Sorry guys. You have 1.62 gigabytes available. That is a ton of RAM compared to every other phone. It's double. So that's a nice addition to have. Go to your apps. You've got a lot of room. It's very smooth. Unlike what I have on my Transformer Prime, which is nearly stock, when you go all the way across, it just goes back to the beginning, and then you click widgets to go to widgets. I actually prefer it that way. That's just me though. Cameras, 8 megapixels. Lots of stuff you can do in the camera app as well. If you go up here, you've got a ton of different options, including burst shot, HDR, panorama, and a couple others. You can also switch the camera, pretty easily. A lot of things you can do with that. And then you've also got the video camera. Something I really don't like about the video camera is, at least on the Sprint version, and from what I've read, the T-Mobile version is similar, is that the video camera seems to autofocus all the time, no matter what you're focusing on. If you can see on the screen, it is doing that like right now. It's constantly trying to focus over and over again, which can result in occasionally blurry pictures and occasionally blurry videos. So we switch back to pictures. Pictures are nice and crisp, in my opinion. A lot of people do have some issues with graininess and low light, but that's just a minor quirk. As far as apps from the lock screen go, you can see all you have to do is just drag it up and you get right to the app. Very convenient, very easy. You can only do that when you have the low security stuff. Now, something a lot of people have been talking about is S-Voice. Well, S-Voice is not as good as you might expect, which is unfortunate because it's a really cool feature, cool gimmick. But my favorite part of it is you can just go straight from the lock screen to it. If I can get this to work. Hi, Galaxy. Search Samsung Galaxy S3.
Web search Samsung Galaxy S3.
So see, it's not too bad. The recently announced Google Now, is, in my opinion, looks a lot better, but it does the job relatively well. You want to text someone without touching your screen. All you really have to do is press the power button and use your wake up command, which can be changed, by the way. So you don't have to say hi Galaxy. I've tried other things and it doesn't seem to work as well, so I've just sort of left it the same. Battery life is quite good. I do have power saving mode on. I've just started turning that on. I have it set to only with the screen power saving, which results in a little bit of lower refresh rate on the screen, but it results in some battery saving. As of right now, 9 hours, 5 minutes of battery life, 68% left. Really haven't used it that much today because of work, but and that cell standby number is 32%, but apparently that's a software issue that shows it as 10 times higher than it normally is, so that should actually be 3.2. But the screen's been on for an hour and 23 minutes solid. I've been on 3G off and on most of the day. As you can see, I've had 0% time without signal. I would say the signal is pretty good on this. So, I mean, I really like this phone. It's definitely the newest, latest, and greatest phone on the market. I would say I would recommend it to anybody who wants a phone that's very buttery smooth and a very simplistic overlay. This is TouchWiz. It doesn't look a lot like Ice Cream Sandwich does on like the Galaxy Nexus or the Nexus S, but that's to be expected because Samsung spent forever making this software. So there you have it. That's the new Galaxy S3 for Sprint. I would highly recommend it. It is $199 on contract, and they should be in stores. So if you need a new phone or you just want the latest and greatest, I would highly recommend the Galaxy S3.